Hi everyone, welcome to Dance Muse. I'm Molly Peterson and I am so excited to be joined by Ashley Lew and her mom Becky. Ashley is an incredibly talented dancer who has traveled and trained all around the world. She is the recipient of many very prestigious dance awards, most recently the Spotlight Grand Prix, and her mom Becky has been by her side, encouraging her, inspiring her, snapping some pretty great photos along the way. So to start, Ashley, tell me a little bit more about your relationship with ballet. When did you start dancing and what do you love most about it?
I started dancing when I was 3, but I didn't truly fall in love with ballet until I think I was 4. And, well, I know that sounds funny, but like my grandparents took me to watch Sleeping Beauty that ABT was producing. And I remember I just sat at the top of my seat the whole time. Like, what's going on next? Like, I loved the shoes. I loved everything about it. And I think I was just like, I need to be on point. I need to do that. And I used to put little Dixie cups on my feet and pretend they were point shoes and dance around the house and be like, oh yeah, these are my shoes.
And Sleeping Beauty was long, so we thought she would fall asleep. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I think that's where I fell in love with it. And then I was really shy when I was younger, and so I didn't like to talk. And then dance just gave me that outlet to kind of express myself without having to say a word. And ballet especially, because I'm shy, so jazz and hip hop and everything. I started in that, but it was scary for me because I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to shake my hips. And then in ballet class, it was just so natural, and it was just this feeling that's just so freeing, and yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Becky, when did you first realize that Ashley was going to be a ballerina, that this was her true passion?
Oh my goodness, I never thought of it. I've never thought, oh, she's going to be a ballerina or anything. I think it's just one step at a time, one day at a time. And one thing that I always wanted to encourage her is just to go after whatever she loved. So if she liked swimming, I'd put her in the swim classes and I'd go in the pool with her and I'd just deep dive with her. And with ballet, she just loved it so much. And you do whatever to make your kids smile and be happy. And if she wanted point shoes, oh my goodness, I was going to help her get those point shoes. Do whatever it took. So it was just one day at a time. It wasn't necessarily that's the goal. It was just, if you're going to do something, do the best you can, and if it makes you happy, keep going.
Oh, that's incredible. For each of you, what is your favorite ballet or character in a ballet?
Swan Lake.
You love Swan Lake?
Yeah. What about you? I feel like she gets them mixed up sometimes.
Well, okay, so at the beginning, I knew nothing about ballet. So Sleeping Beauty is really pretty because it's pink. So,
yeah, and that was my favorite princess. So.
And you get a true love's kiss to wake up, so how fun is that? And then she won, I don't know, was it Youth YGP doing La Fille Malgardée, and then we also went to Paris Opera and saw La Fille Malgardée with my parents, and so that was so special.
Yeah, that was a really special.
It's just seeing those characters come alive, and you're like, oh, that's what that is. And you see little clips of a variation, but you don't know the whole story. But then when you see the whole story, you're like, wow, this is beautiful, amazing.
And the Ballet Garnier is just
dreamiest place ever. Yes.
Ballet takes a lot of commitment. Is there anything that you've had to sacrifice individually or as a family in order to make that commitment?
Yeah, a lot. I think, well, I always say birthday parties and the normal stuff, but to be honest, I'm antisocial, so I didn't want to go anyways. So I don't know if that's a sacrifice or if that was just my choice of getting out. Yeah. I definitely think our family used to revolve around me. At least that's what I thought. And so I think we definitely prioritized ballet because I'm the first child. I'm the oldest, so it's kind of I'm the guinea pig for everything. And
Sorry.
No, it's good though because then I got to kind of guide where what we spend our time on. And funny.
Yeah. We definitely sacrificed a lot for her. As in, we wouldn't be able to commit to certain things. But I think every sacrifice there's great joy in it too, and there's great hope in it, and we also had great experiences. So we would tie a family trip along with,
Yeah, like we spent 2 weeks in like Paris or something, and then I went to Paris Opera. Or we went 2 weeks to the French Riviera, and then I went to Princess Grace. So it was like we always kind of tied it in together, which was fun.
We always try to make it a family thing on top of whatever the ballet is.
Of course, everyone wants to go.
Try to weave in whatever family time, and it's been an amazing experience. And I think sometimes we do put ballet above other things, which I think that's not healthy, and we've definitely done that and learned that that's, like, we sacrificed a lot of Sunday morning pancake breakfasts is what I would think. Like, I would love to have a huge spread, pancakes, bacon, crepes, all that stuff. But she had private lessons on Sunday morning. Or, like little things like that. But, I think the result was really worth it.
For sure.
That's great. Ashley, you are very open about being very close with your family and your adorable pup. Tell us a little bit more about them. Do you have any siblings? What has their support meant to you as you pursue your passion for dance?
Yeah, so I have one younger sister. Her name's Kaylee. I have my dog Logan and then my parents. But I think after moving away when I was like 12 or 13, I realized the importance of family, because when you're alone, you don't have anyone. Like, you have your roommates, but they're not your family, and they just don't bring that same energy and comfort. And like, if I was having a hard day, I don't have my mom to come home to and cry to. I just have a bed, with nothing. It's just I think that there is such an emptiness there that I prioritize them so much more. I was actually just going through old photos, and I found an essay my sister wrote, and it was so sad. It was what did it say? It was my sister, one of the hardest things that happened to me is my sister moved to Monaco this year. She's like, I will never take her for granted again in our relationship. And as sisters, we catfight, we're just don't take my clothes, that's mine, get out of the bathroom, all that. And the first time in Monaco, and I have it clearly written down in my notes in my phone, was I miss fighting with my sister. I was I just miss those little things. I'm never gonna be able to fight with her again if I'm here forever. And I think I just took for granted what a family unit I had, and so that's why I prioritize trying to be close to them and having those family dinners, because they're really important. Even sometimes if we argue, it's that's our quality time together. That's all part of it. That's part of the deal.
We're real.
Yeah.
We argue.
Well, as you mentioned, so you've, from a very young age, been very accomplished with achievements like the Hope Award from YGP in 2015, and then the gold medal at YGP in New York City in 2016, with many full scholarships to schools around the world, and then a full 4-year scholarship to Princess Grace Academy in Monte Carlo at the age of 12. What was your experience like there? What did you learn from it? What did you take away from that?
I think it was one of the most incredible experiences in my life, hands down. It's made me the person I am today. And a lot of the times I will portray it as this perfect pink castle overlooking the ocean, everything's perfect. But there was a lot of tears behind the scenes, and I think that's something people don't realize. There is pain from missing my family, there's pain from if a teacher's mad at you, you just take everything so personally. And I think it made me mentally stronger to definitely be better in my future and to persevere through those hard times. But it also gave me life experiences rather than just the amazing training they have. But I learned how to do my own laundry. I learned how to manage my time, how to do school by myself. And that's I kind of figured everything out and gained a lot of confidence, because, like I said, you're by yourself. Yeah, you have friends, but those friends sometimes don't have the same beliefs and values as you. So you really have to create that for yourself and prioritize what's important. I streamed my church every Sunday night from Monaco at 8 o'clock. I remember I would just always sit at my desk, sew my point shoes, do whatever multitasking for ballet I had to do, but always like I prioritized that. And one time I heard her laugh through the screen. It was so funny. I like was sitting after service and I just didn't turn the TV or the computer off, and I hear my mom's laugh, and I was like, oh my goodness, I texted her, are you laughing right now? So I definitely think that it made me like prioritize again my family and realize what's important to me and what I value in life truly. And besides the amazing training, of course, and the experiences, like we got to meet the Prince and Princess of Monaco, which is insane. Like we were all like, oh my goodness, the prince is coming. We're like putting up, like everything's organized. We're like, okay, like, oh my goodness. And it was such a cool experience, and they gave me so much and just like believed in me and gave me that hope that I can be a dancer.
Wow, that's incredible. What was it like for you to make such a big decision as a family to send your daughter away so far?
Well, was it my decision or your decision?
I'm crazy. We're a crazy family. And looking back, I'm like, what was I thinking letting my 12, 13-year-old go away? And then I let her go away again at age 14. She convinced me to go. She trained again somewhere. And I think you kind of parent because of your past. And like my husband, his family never supported him in what he wanted to do. And my parents supported me in everything. And so I think through those parenting conversations with my husband, we're like, you know what? We're behind her. We're the wind beneath her wings. If she wants to go, let's just help her, you know, and we're always going to be there when she falls, or if she flies, we're going to be her biggest cheerleaders. And it was the hardest thing, because when you love something so much, to let that go and just trust God with her was the biggest faith journey of my life. Yeah.
It was hard, but especially I think the moment like we actually like left each other, because I think there's always that idea, but then till you get to that moment, I just remember like I snuck upstairs because we had like we had hours, like we had like, oh, you can't be upstairs until breakfast time at 6:45 or whatever it was. And I remember I snuck upstairs at 6 and I like just hugged her, and it was like we were like bawling, and it was so sad.
Like even talking
I know, like gives me like, because it's just like that memory, it was really hard to leave.
Yeah, I think it's easier to leave someone when they're in the same country, but when you're in a different time zone and you can't get to your child, that is really difficult. And the Wi-Fi was bad, and she was so young, and just to know that you couldn't get there, it would take 18 hours.
It takes 2 days to get there.
And significant amount of money and planning and all that stuff. And yeah.
Just makes the separation feel all the more real.
Yeah, it really does.
Right. Yeah. Ashley, what did you learn about being so independent, moving away from home at such a young age?
I think I've always kind of been that way inside. I've always been like, my phrase when I was little was Ashley do it. So I think it's like, it's always just been in me. And I've always wanted to be older. I'm like, I just want to like, if you're feeding the baby, I'll feed my baby. Yeah. Like I'll just like always copy. If you're vacuuming, I'm vacuuming. Like whatever it is, I just always copied what she did. So I think it was naturally like, I just like was drawn to that. I was like, I want to be an adult. I want to do this. Like I'm ready. Like I'm so over being in middle school at the time, which to look back is insane, because like I look at my sister and I'm like, how did I move away? Like how did my mom let me? I was like, I'm never letting my kids move away, like ever. I'm like, I'm holding them on until they go to college. Like I give her so much like respect for doing that, because like I don't know, it's really hard, but I think that independence definitely grew when I was away, and I don't think I would ever be able to like make the decision I do today because of that. Like I overspent money there. It wasn't bad, but like for my like budget wise of what I had set for myself, because already I'm very like, I'm a saver, but like I overspent, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I can't go in debt. Like I need to be careful what I'm spending my money on. I don't even know what it was too. It's probably like snacks or ice cream or like just random like lip glosses or whatever. Like, so I think I've become definitely more mindful of what I'm doing, and like not I definitely think I don't regret anything, because that's my biggest thing right now. It's like, okay, like, don't live with any regrets. Like, you know, like, if, like, I maybe felt guilty about, like, spending money or whatever, like, I was just like, you can't do that. That was a learning experience. This is what made you who you are today, and this is how it's going to better your future. So I think it's definitely, like, I mean, I felt like when I came back, I was like, I feel like I'm ready in college, and I just can't relate. You know, like, it was just such a different... Like,
She would speak to, like, people that just went to college, and you would...
Yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, we're good, we're friends. Like,
But then she couldn't relate to people her own
Yeah.
age at that time, because it was such a different experience. That was tough to come back. Like
It was
that,
tough. And she secretly signed me up for high school, so...
Yeah, I signed her up for high
She would
school.
send me these emails, and you'd be like, can you answer this question for me? And it'd be like, what do you want to do with your life? Or something like, just, you know, those inspirational questions. And I'd be like, something's up, something's up, something's up. And then I'd go, she's like, guess what? We're going to high school. I'm like,
It's we are going.
she loves it.
Is there any advice you might give to other dancers or families facing a similar decision, trying to make the best decision for their child moving forward?
Yeah, I think every situation's so different, so I couldn't speak to each person, but something that I kind of live by, and someone told me, was that, you know, when life presents you with extraordinary experiences, just go for it and just take it. And this was an extraordinary opportunity for her to grow as a person, as, you know, as our family even. And it was so extraordinary that we were like, let's just do it. And you can always reel back. You can always take a step back when it's not right. You're making a commitment for the rest of your life. You're making a commitment for this year, or you're making a commitment for the period of time that's right for your child. And you have to take each day to kind of navigate that. So I kind of navigated in like, okay, is she having more happy days or more sad days? Is she really getting better? Is she, you know, emotionally, physically, everything? You know, you kind of look at the whole picture of the child you're raising and try to make the best decision, and you're going to fail. Like, I failed a billion times, and I fail every single day. And, you know, I probably say I'm sorry like 500 times a day, because I am just human and I've made so many mistakes. But at the end of the day, I think she knows that I do it out of love, and I tried the best that we can, and that's all you can do.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell us, what is the best part and also the most challenging part of being a dance mom?
The best part of being a dance mom, I finally like I didn't want to be like, I'm a dance mom or whatever, you know, because they get such a bad rap. But, you know, like, honestly, dance moms are just like any other mom. You just want the best for your kid. I actually, I have really struggled knowing that I have pride. It's brought out, you know, like, oh my goodness, you know, why is that person this or that person, you know, like, life is just not fair. And I think through the whole journey, we've learned that we cheer each other on. We not only cheer each other on, we cheer everybody that we're around on. Like, we want you to succeed, you to succeed, you to succeed. We want everyone to succeed, and we want to see the best in everyone. And if we can just even make a difference in one of our dance teachers' lives, or if we can make a difference in, you know, a little kid's life and just bring them a smile just for 1 second that day, our job is done. Like, so being a dance mom is awesome, because you get this community of people that love to create art and this beauty that we need it in so much at a time like this. Like, to bring a little piece of joy into someone's life that day, that is like amazing. Like, I'm so thankful that I get to be a dance mom and get to watch her in her journey. Like, it's like blows my mind that I get to be her mom. Like, it blows my mind. It's the best gift I've ever had. And then, did you say the challenges?
Challenges, yes.
The challenges of being a dance mom is keeping myself in check. Probably learning to be self-control and not take things personally, because a lot of times in arts, and I'm probably generalizing, so I'm sorry, don't hate me, but I'm artistic too, so I'm talking about myself too, is like, we're emotional. Like, you respond emotionally. Like, so, because you're putting so much emotions into like the piece or whatever you're doing, that you take criticism like not like to heart, or you take something and you react instead of, and I've learned, okay, take a step back. It's not personal. You know, you don't need to be mama bear and try to fix everything. Let it ride through. Take a deep breath. Let them do their thing and just love them. I don't need to be correcting her. Her teacher's already correcting her. I don't need to be doing more than the only thing I need to do is love Ashley. And I've done the thing where, at the beginning, okay, did you focus in class? Okay, did you take, I probably haven't, did you try your best? Or what do I say? Go do your best. Or what did I say?
What's the P90X saying?
P90X.
What is it? It's so funny. She used to say this to me. It was like, no pain, no gain. That's what she would say. every time, like, cause she was doing it at the time. So every time I get out the car, Ashley, no pain, no gain.
Oh my god, that's so bad. See, I messed her up so bad.
No, it's just funny. I was like, okay.
Honestly,
No, but you're a stay in the car dance mom. She's like a.
But that's not necessarily good because it's like you want to create that community and stuff like that. It's just, yeah. No pain, no gain.
It's the perfect ballet motto. Well, speaking of no pain, no gain, how many hours a week do you normally, under different circumstances, spend dancing? And what can we normally find you doing when Ashley's dancing?
I do like 25 hours. Yeah, like 25 hours a week.
Well, when she wasn't driving, I was her Uber.
Yes. But now I drive myself 3 times to LA.
Yeah,
it's fine. Now it's like a 15-minute drive, Listen to a podcast or something.
The great thing is that we live like right across the street from our studio. So it's been awesome. Like
takes me literally 5 minutes. Like
yeah.
It's great. But then like when I have to drive far, it's like that's when it was hard for us because like we would have like weird hours too. Like we'd have to leave at like 6 a.m. and I'd be like so tired. And I'm not a morning person. Like I tell myself I am to get myself to that point, but like I'm a night owl. Mm-hmm. And like in the mornings, I'm just like I just can't get up, and I'd like sleep in the car. And so now doing it by myself is like I have to be on and like not fall asleep while I'm driving. I have these tactics like Ashley, you're awake. Good morning. I'll be like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think now you just hang out with the dog, train him, cuddle him.
I'm a dog mom now. I've been promoted. I'm not a dancer. I'm a dog mom. Yeah.
So, Ashley, what's on the horizon for you now? We see you've received a scholarship from USC Kaufman School of Dance at Laguna Dance Festival in 2019. Where are you currently dancing, and what do you have planned for the future?
So I'm currently at Southland Ballet Academy and training with the coach in LA. What I would like to do in the future, of course, is dance in a company. But at this moment in time, things aren't looking so in that direction. I'm still going to pursue that because ballet really is my passion. I feel like I put in so much work. It's like, why would I stop now? Like, it's just like go full out for it. And I can't imagine my life without a little bit of dance in it. So right now I'm also applying to colleges. I want to make that a priority because I mean like principal dancers like Jillian Murphy, she danced after she went to college. There's going to be a way, and if I'm meant to be a ballerina, it's just going to happen. And I think I just trust in the process. And right now my process is putting everything I have into ballet, but also I'm doing a lot of my schooling in Common App and all those applications. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I think it's like I'm trying to create a plan B for myself and like, okay, so what do I want to do? And like you, like business, like that would be something I'm so interested in. And especially through Ready Instagram, dealing with some of the emailing and like contracts and everything. It's like I'm used to that, and that's like what I'm comfortable with. So I definitely am interested in exploring that a little bit more. But of course, dance is like, I would love to, but right now, of course, masks, and it's hard. So I'm definitely trying to create a good balance.
That's wonderful. And I think so many dancers are going through the same thing and making a plan for themselves for the future. So a lot of Dance Muse listeners who are at your age have a lot of questions about nutrition, body image, dance. The body goes through a lot of changes, especially as ballet dancers get towards their teenage years, which can impact their training. ballet has traditionally favored a specific look, and is there anything that you have learned to inspire confidence both in your body image and your dance abilities?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I don't struggle because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm fine, like everything's great. But I think that in our family, we are not very, I don't know, like we're like not like the healthiest. I think but we're healthy in the way that we create a balance. And our thing in our family is to eat a little bit of everything. And that's really what I believe in too, is because like, if I tell myself I can't eat ice cream, the next day I'm gonna eat a pint of ice cream. Like it doesn't work. Like it doesn't work if you like cut out foods and like do those diets. Like we just don't believe in that. So like I think we have like during quarantine, I'm just gonna say it was bad. Like we baked every day. Like and then she started her bread baking. We do. I mean cookies are right there. Like we have treats all over our house all the time. So I think like. Also, I'm not a big, like, cake person either, or, like, cookie. Like, I'm not, like, big on that anyways, but, like, I definitely think I'm like, okay, I have a little bit of it, and it's okay. Like, you don't have to eat the whole thing. You can just eat a piece of it, and, like, that's fine. And, like, I know I've struggled with it in the past of thinking, like, I think especially after I came back from Monaco, and they had set eating hours, I was, like, and they weighed us every week, which is also very, very hard. And so I was, like, oh my goodness, like I need to eat as much as I can in this one meal because I'm gonna be hungry. Because sometimes like, I don't know, like when I went to bed in Monaco, I'd be hungry because I didn't like the food. So when I came home, I was just like, everything tastes so good. Like everything's like, oh my goodness, like this is amazing. Because like the truth there is, you know. So I think I definitely struggled with that and like thinking, oh, maybe I don't have enough. Mm-hmm. And so I think I am definitely like right now, I feel like I'm in a really good place of where I'm like, I can eat a little portion and like be fine. Like when I was 13, I'd be like, oh my goodness, like I don't have enough food. Like, and I think maybe I was growing maybe, but it was also the mentality of I'm being weighed every week. They're limiting what I eat already and telling me what to eat. And so I feel like and feel like that's the only control I had. So I definitely think to everyone out there is like, just eat a little bit of everything. Like it's okay if you eat a piece of bread. I know teachers like will be like, I see your lunch in your stomach, but like, it's normal. It's okay. Like live a balanced, normal, healthy life. Because if you just like starve yourself and like, it's just, you're not going to be happy. And you can see it on dancers' faces when they're just sad and like don't have enough energy in their body. So just a little bit of everything. I do like little meals throughout the day. I don't eat breakfast, which is kind of weird, but like.
You never have.
I never have. So it's like. Doesn't. I know, like it's weird. Like I
love breakfast.
I'm a snacker. Like,
can we just eat breakfast for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like, how did I get this child that doesn't? Like, she's like, I don't like pancakes.
Well, I don't know.
Who doesn't like pancakes? I don't know. Anyways,
I'm very picky with my food already. Yeah, I'm a big dinner and big like snacker. Like every snack in the world, I will eat it. Like. That's my weak spot, I will say.
Yeah. I think it's so hard. Dance is so hard for like girls. And I didn't even think about this, but you know, you're always constantly looking at the mirror. You're looking at the people around you. You're looking at how their bodies look compared to your bodies. Your teachers are comparing you, and especially during those teenage years where they're trying to develop their identity. They're trying to develop what is pretty. And when you see people that are dancing on stage, the Mariinsky Ballet, I promise you, no one weighs more than 100 pounds, you know, and there is a standard that society has created of what beauty is, whether it's models, and it's really soul crushing, I think. And as a mom, to see your kid go through something like that is soul crushing, and it's a real issue. And as I'm like 46 years old. Sorry. I know, I'm old, but even I struggled with it. Like, you just struggle with it, like, oh, you know, like, this looks a lot better on me when I'm,
like
you know,
on
and then
social media, they post so much, like, deceiving.
It's a real
stuff.
thing, and so I think through quarantine and through this whole process of just discovering, I have a body, it works. And I'm so grateful. Like, I'm grateful. Like, I sprained my ankle, I cut my finger, we've had some health issues. And, you know, like, now I wake up and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm breathing, I'm alive, I can walk, and you can dance, and like, life is good. Like after struggling with your injury, she just had an injury like a few months ago. Yeah, you were injured.
It was like
2 months,
I couldn't dance for 3 months during quarantine,
months.
which
So
was
she
perfect
hasn't really
timing, but like
and
it's still hard.
now I think you don't take dancing for granted as much. It's like, oh, I can actually do it without pain. And it's like you're just grateful that your body can do some things, and it's a gift every day. So instead of being so worried about what you eat and how much exercise you put in, more like wake up and say, hey, I have a body. It works. It's amazing. And we're alive and we have each other, and really prioritizing the right things in life.
That's so important, and such a great outlook on just thanking your body. It's a gift. And
if you mess up one day and eat a pint of ice cream, you have tomorrow, and don't eat it tomorrow or whatever, it's okay. Everybody does it,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you've spoken a little bit about how life in quarantine has been. Is there anything particular that's been challenging or really rewarding about being stuck in quarantine together?
Well, I'm gonna go. My biggest thing that I'm grateful for is that we had family time. Because dance is always around 6 to 8, or like we don't have dinners together, so it's family dinners that I feel like are so crucial. So we've made it good and bad sometimes, but it's been so nice to have, because it's a cherished time, because pretty much Ashley's probably gonna fly next year, go somewhere, and it's just so nice to have this set apart time where we can be a family and really treasure each other.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We went on a lot of family walks.
Not happily, some people. Sometimes. But the dog was happy, so that's all that matters.
The dog at one point stopped walking. He went like this and just was like, I'm not going anymore.
Not another walk! But that was the only time we could go outside, so we're like, let's go for a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know we liked walking. I mean, I didn't even know I liked
So what has the support of your family meant to you, especially pursuing dance and all the challenges and obstacles that have come with it?
I think it's everything. I definitely don't take it for granted, because just like having somebody there, knowing that they're watching you or they're by you, is just so comforting, and like that they're on your side, because dance is a solo sport, and it's often like just very hard on our bodies, our mentality, everything. So just to know that you can go home and have the support of your family, and they love you, and it can be that normal, and that just community is really nice.
That's so nice. Is there anything else you want to add?
Go for your dreams. Dream big. Be happy during this time. Whatever's not making you happy, maybe make a change. Maybe try something new. Don't just be zoned in on dance. Yes, have that be your passion, but also have other things. There's so much to life. It's so big, it's so beautiful, and treasure those that you love them well, and let them fly.
Perfectly well said. That's exactly it.
You can cut that out if you want.
Finally, at Dance Muse, we hope to help our listeners break through their limits and be inspired to find and discover their inner muse. What might you share with others to keep them pushing towards their dreams and unleash their inner muse?
I would say that if you have a dream or a passion inside your heart, go for it, because we only have now. We only have so long, and we're seeing this all over the news. We only have so long to live, and just go for it, because what's going to happen? If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You find a new dream. But just put your 100% in, go for it, and just work as hard as you can with all your heart. And if it doesn't make you happy anymore, just stop. And that's all.
Amazing. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. We really enjoy learning more about your journey, both together and as individuals. And we can't wait to see what's on the horizon for you. Take care, and thank you for listening to Dance Muse.